Hey guys, how you doing? Uncle Bob here, once again with another video, and today we're going to be doing the DVD movie review of Meg 2, The Trench, which was released, I can't remember exactly the month it was released, but a few months back, and it comes off the back of the first one, The Meg, and obviously it stars Jason Statham again, reprising the role that he played in the first movie, and it also stars, not sure if this is a right pronunciation for it, but Wu Ying, which I don't know too much about. I'm sure they've been in a few other films. I'm not sure if they was in the first one, I can't remember, or whether they were just in this, I can't actually remember. To be honest, I've only actually seen the first one a couple of times. I actually need to watch it again now that I've got this. But anyway, yeah. So so let's get on with doing the review of it. Yeah, so coming off the back of Meg 2, pretty much similar sort of situation, being about a massive giant shark mammal type thing, which obviously how they call Meg, and obviously events of the first one taking on massive events. Now I did really like the idea of the first one, it being like that type of Jaws type film, and then obviously being slightly different, where it being like really massive, and I quite like the idea of it, and I wanted to see it when it first came out. Now to tell you the truth, Jason Statham, I'm quite a big, huge fan of his. I like pretty much all the films that he's been in. Certainly done quite well since the days of being in Lock, Stock, and made loads of good films since then. Been in the Transport series and Expandable series. I made a few other good films, Mechanic, a couple of those. Yeah, and a few other good films. So yeah, I really do like him, and he's just really good all the time with his martial arts and stuff. It's really good. So yeah, and then this, yeah, he's pretty good. I'd say he's a bit more laid back in this, to tell you the truth. He's sort of like, sort of. To be honest, this was sort of an up and down thing for me. But in this, yeah, I don't know, with him, it starts off alright, his performance, then he's sort of like, gets involved more, but then he's sort of a bit laid back, and then there's not much going on, and then it sort of kicks into gear again when he's like getting involved with fighting against the Megs, and then yeah, so sort of seems to take a back seat, sort of relaxed type of thing in the middle of the movie where there's not much going on, and then yeah, but yeah, so let's go into the positives of it. The positive being is it's a good time. I think it's about an hour and 45, something like that, which runs down to the time you get the end credits out, which I think is fairly decent. It's not over too long, and it's not too short. So I think the time is quite good. So I think the time is fine. As I said, Jason Statham is pretty good. The overall storyline is pretty good. All that's sort of more or less the same sort of thing as the first, where they've just added a couple more Megs. I think I'm pretty sure there's about 3 Megs in this, and then there's other dinosaurs in it, which is a bit strange. And I think there's also a massive octopus in it as well, which, yeah, right, massive octopus, but yeah, the dinosaurs been in it. I don't know why they seem to have added that, but they did, but they're in it anyway. Yeah, as I said, it goes, well, let's talk about more of the positives. Yes, the time's good, Jason Statham is great. The action itself is pretty good, and I do like quite a lot of the special effects. It comes across as me sort of like, I'm not sure if it's supposed to be 3D, but yeah, some of the shots you see sort of when it comes close on the screen, it sort of comes at you sort of like 3D-ish. I'm not sure if they was trying to give that effect of that, because one of the Piranha films, Piranha DD and Piranha 3D, one of them or both of them in 3D, and it sort of gave that image across where it's sort of coming at you, sort of like at the screen, sort of. So I got that 3D sort of effect. I'm not sure if I was trying to do sort of like, like where they did Jaws 3D, sort of like that, sort of. It sort of come right at you, sort of on this, coming towards the screen where it sort of gave me the effect. It was supposed to be watched in 3D sort of thing. I'm not sure if they had 3D version at the cinema. Yeah, it's a bit strange. But yeah, I think the special effects look good, and the action was very good, no complaints. Now I think on the negatives, Jason Statham is great, but I think the negatives, some of the other cast members' performance I don't think was that great. Certainly not as good as Jason's performance. Bit lousy. Other negatives, I think, I've been in sort of like the samey sort of thing as the first, and then just adding more mix and stuff, and also what was I going to say? I felt like it was an unnecessary sequel. I don't think there needed to be a Meg 2. I thought Meg should have been just a solo movie. I don't feel there necessarily to be a Meg 2. Although, if they're going to make a series of it and going to make a Meg, right, then it kind of would make sense. But, if there's going to only be 2, then didn't see really the point. Yeah, didn't really feel there was a need for another Meg, but obviously they felt differently. The other thing is, the movie in general, I think it's sort of an up and down. It starts off alright, then there's a bit where they go down to the trench, which is quite good. But then in sort of like the middle, it doesn't seem to be very good, where there's not much going on, and then something where you think something's going to happen, and then it doesn't, and then it's sort of like a bit disappointing. You think, so I think the beginning sort of bit was good, then the middle was sort of a bit. And then towards the end, to be fair, it does pick up, and it is quite good towards the end when there's action going on, and Jason is taking on a couple of the Megs. I think I won't tell you exactly what happens, but he takes out a couple of Megs, and then there's one towards the end. Well, I think one of them doesn't die, one of the Megs, so that suggests to me that it possibly could be another Meg film, but I'm not too sure. But overall, I don't think I enjoyed it as much as the first, but I think overall maybe 7 out of 10, if I'm being generous. But yeah, a few negatives, but then there's a few positives that I like. But yeah, in general, I mean, I like these blockbuster type films anyway. But yeah, I just don't think it's as good as first, but it's still pretty good, and definitely would watch it again. And yeah, so I think that's going to be my review on that, guys. So guys, hope you guys enjoy this video. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more videos, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Cheers, take care, bye for now, see you soon.